Welcome to Intuitive Mind Lab Radio, where science meets spirituality and unravels the mysteries of the mind and the universe. I'm your host, Lindsay Goodwin, a self-mastery mentor, born intuitive medium, and licensed health provider with a knack for blending neuroscience with a touch of the cosmic. This radio show skips the small talk and dives straight into the big, impactful energy. You're in the right place if you're a growth-minded, science-loving, wellness enthusiast, or a spiritual seeker ready to kick limiting beliefs to the curb. I've got you covered, from self-mastery tips to deep dives into manifestation and the esoteric. Buckle up because we're about to upgrade your mind and master your life. Welcome to Intuitive Mind Lab Radio. Welcome back to Intuitive Mind Lab Radio. I'm your host, Lindsay Goodwin, and I'm so happy you're here for yet another inspiring and mind-blowing episode as we unlock the infinite possibilities within you. Today, we are unlocking a life-changing tool that could be hiding in plain sight for you, and we're really going to help you to be able to awaken this tool and use it on the daily. It's called mindfulness, and it can reawaken your mind, center your spirit, your energy, and completely transform your life. I am sure that you have heard on social media, maybe in other podcasts, maybe you've read articles on it, you've heard friends talking about it, about mindfulness. And we are going to go into detail about exactly what it is and how you can use it in your life, as well as do an amazing visualization exercise and give you some actionable tips. You know how much I absolutely love empowering you and giving you tools to be able to apply so that you can be in the highest and best version of yourself and really in charge of your own energy. We're going to do a lot today, and it is going to be absolutely inspiring, and you are going to love this. And you probably want to save this episode for another time because, like I said, we are going to be doing this healing and visualization exercise as well as some actionable tips that are going to be very powerful for you. Like I stated, you probably have heard the term mindfulness many times, but what exactly is it? Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the now. It's shutting out the mental noise, the endless to-do list, and sinking into that moment of clarity. But it definitely is not about perfection. We must allow ourselves to feel our emotions and process what comes through with awareness and not judgment. Perfection is something that I see a lot with the A-type personality of that I have to do it this way. I know that when I first started meditating, it was the constant question was, am I doing this right? We want to get past trying to critique ourselves all of the time and allowing ourselves to actually be able to integrate and be comfortable with what resonates with us. And so it's not really so much about, am I doing it right? It's really just allowing yourself to be in the flow with it. So mindfulness is the art of bringing one's attention fully into the present moment without that judgment or distraction. It's simply about observing your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as they arise and allowing them to pass without becoming entangled or reactive. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the subconscious mind today. I am an expert in the subconscious mind and an intuitive therapist, really helping you to integrate, understand how your mind is working. But mindfulness at its core is about being entirely present and aware in the here and now, observing your thoughts and emotions with curiosity rather than judgment, accepting experience as they unfold without resistance, and grounding your attention in the present moment instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Something that's important to note here, okay, if we're thinking about emotions and energies, that when you are thinking about the past, you probably are experiencing depression. When you're thinking about the future, you're probably experiencing anxiety. And if you're thinking about both, you're probably experiencing both. So it's important to remember that different energies are attached to different experiences. So constantly being in the past, why are we going to be depressed? Because we're reminiscing on things that are no longer who we are. If we're thinking about the future, then we're anxious because we don't have all the details and we're worried that it's not going to work out. And something powerful to remember is we're so conditioned to believe that something is not going to work out before the universe even has the opportunity to deliver to us. And so it's getting out of that mindset of feeling that it's already not working out because we're thinking of past experiences and then we're just in a loop recreating the past. We have to be very mindful of our thoughts. And this is what mindfulness is about as well. It's cultivating a compassionate, non reactive perspective toward yourself. So, loving yourself and giving yourself more self love and appreciating who you are and the small wins, the big wins, and continuing to move forward because a growth mindset is the only way to really experience this experience. And you can experience however you like, but based on what we are feeling and our emotions is really about what our reality is going to be. So what if I told you mindfulness rewires your brain and consciousness to focus less on the distractions and more on the now? Oh my gosh, I love that. So here's some staggering truth. We're going to bring in some truth here. Most of us spend significant time living in our heads. I think we know that to be true, right? Allowing countless thoughts to drive our day-to-day experiences. Estimates suggest that our human brain can generate up to 70,000 thoughts a day, and that's 2,916 thoughts an hour, or approximately 48 thoughts every minute. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. While 70,000 thoughts may sound overwhelming, which much of it is the activity is actually stemming from the subconscious thoughts that constantly spark beneath our awareness. These subconscious processes are instinctual and often unnoticed, yet they are strongly influencing why we feel distracted or unfocused. This is why mindfulness becomes so essential because it provides a pathway to step out of this autopilot mode. And it really allows us to observe these thoughts without being consumed by them. We have to observe what's going on without judging ourselves. And I know I've said that, I think that's the third time this episode, but I cannot stress that enough. And by practicing mindfulness, we recognize the chatter in our minds and can redirect our attention intentionally, empowering us to live more grounded and present lives. We are going to go into the science of stress versus mindfulness. I find that education is probably one of the most powerful tools that you have because if we really understand how something is working and understand ourselves and who we are as well as our physical body and how it's functioning, which unfortunately in schools, they're not talking enough about helping you to understand your consciousness. And it's really important for us to understand not only the science of our body, but also how does the consciousness connect to that? We really should have classes in school where we learn empowerment, we learn mindfulness, we learn how our body is connecting with the energy. But we have to remember that when we're stuck in stress mode, your brain, it goes into overdrive. And your amygdala, which I lovingly call the alarm bell of your brain and processing center of your emotions, takes charge. And this is triggering a flood of cortisol and adrenaline based on the emotions that you're experiencing. And your stress hormones get triggered. So the emotions that you're experiencing would be the lower frequency emotions. So things like fear, worrying, not knowing how things are going to work out is going to activate cortisol and adrenaline, and this really can leave your body feeling wired but drained all at the same time. And this can be all related to your thoughts and memories that are connected to emotions. Remembering that our body remembers. So if we have a lot of experiences that we have not processed, your body has body memory, and this is very somatic. Now we are going to compare this mindfulness with being deeply present, focused on your breath, and experiencing gratitude. Your mind starts to switch gears. The prefrontal cortex reclaims balance, and this is a part of your brain, which is lowering the stress hormones and boosting serotonin and dopamine. And those are really those feel good chemicals. The prefrontal cortex of your brain is really, it reclaims balance, lowering stress hormones and boosting serotonin and dopamine, your feel good chemicals. So here's the mind blower here. When you are in regular mindfulness practices, you're actually structurally changing your brain through neuroplasticity. You're rewiring your brain for calm and clarity. You want to experience this for yourself. So stick around because I've got a beautiful visualization exercise as well as some actionable tips that you are going to be able to apply. You don't need to be spending hours trying to do them or on a mountaintop or in a meditation cave. So here are the 3 easy actionable tips that you can apply right now or this week. Save this episode so that you have all of these so that you can remember these actionable tips as well as a visualization exercise that we are going to do in just a few moments. So number 1 minute of breathing reset. I want you to just stop, set a timer for 60 seconds, and focus solely on your inhale and exhale. Number 2, I want you to be able to be in mindful observation. I want you to take an object. So here's an example of this. Take an object like your coffee mug, a flower, or even the sky above and notice its details for a full minute. And this also is getting into the place of imagination, which when we were growing up in school, back when I was in elementary school, it was always stated that your imagination, that if you were a daydreamer, that this was not a good thing. But it's actually great because it's getting you into a place of mindfulness. So we're actually pulled away from in society of ways that we actually connect with ourselves as kids. And then as adults, we forget about how to do that. Your imagination is your gateway to God, universe, divine, whatever you want to call it, just the creator of all. When you start these mindfulness practices where you're focusing 1 minute and you're not focusing on anything else, you're starting to get into that flow state. So gratitude is also a really powerful way of mindfulness. At any point, I want you to pause and say one thing you feel grateful for out loud or in your mind. Small moments of mindfulness like these build your practice and transform your energy. So these might sound simple, but their effects can be so profound. Don't believe me? Commit to just one practice for 5 days and journal how your mindset shifts. And seriously, you will see huge reality shifts. Now we are going to do our healing visualization exercise as promised. I'm going to slow down my voice. We're going to go ahead and turn on some beautiful meditation, relaxing music. So I want you to just start to get yourself comfortable. This healing exercise, you're going to find a quiet space, and if that's in your chair or giving you a moment to find a quiet space. And if you need to pause, go ahead and pause. And the first thing I want you to do is take a big deep breath in. And relax your shoulders. And And now I want you to close your eyes if they aren't already closed. And I want you to visualize a globe of light at your third eye, in between your eyebrows. And you can let it grow bigger and bigger. There at your third eye. And now I want you to take 3 deep breaths. 1 in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now 2 in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then 3 in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I want you to picture yourself standing by a peaceful river at sunrise. The air is cool and crisp, but the sun, it's warm on your face. And when you step closer to the water, you see it flowing effortlessly. Carrying leaves downstream. While you're in this serene place, you notice one worry or stressful thought at a time. As a leaf drops right into the water, and you watch it flow away from you. You feel the sunshine on your skin, which feels so loving and abundant. And you notice you feel much lighter now. And now you embody this feeling and experience. Now I want you to take one more big deep breath that's nourishing and powerful. And whenever you're ready, you'll open your eyes and return to the room, carrying this sense of lightness with you. You're letting go, bit by bit, moment by moment. And now, welcome back. That was a beautiful gentle yet powerful introduction to mindfulness, going within yourself. And I want you to remember that this isn't about perfection, but small mindful moments that anchor you to the present. And over time, they add to a more peaceful, intentional life. And if you're ready to deepen your mindfulness practice and join a like-minded community of seekers, hit that follow button if you're not already part of this mindful and infinite creator community. And also save this episode for later and share it with a friend who needs it. We also want to hear from you. Send us an email or a suggestion for an episode. And until next time, stay mindful, stay curious, and keep awakening your incredible mind. And don't forget to leave us a review. We love that. Thank you so much for your support. And join us for the next episode here at Intuitive Mind Lab Radio. And that's a wrap for this episode on Intuitive Mind Lab Radio. If this episode sparked your curiosity or lit a fire in your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your Cosmo-loving bestie, and hey, if you're feeling the vibes, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. Until next time, remember this, it's your universe, and you hold the power to master it. I'll see you next time in a mind-expanding Intuitive Mind Lab Radio episode. Stay curious, bold, and always true to your authentic self. Much love always.